Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. Hey, how y'all doing today? Welcome to Joe TV, Season 2, Episode 4. That's right, man. Episode 4. Yeah, we're just gonna go live right here for a second. Uh, I got a package, and so I thought I would see what's in the package. It is 11:58. It is May 16th, 2017, man. 2017. This month is about gone. Here's the package. I know what's in it, but I don't think you know what's in it. Pretty sure I know. And I got a couple other things coming as well. Um, Let me see if I can get the chat box going, if I have this down properly. And let's see what's going on. If we can pull this up here. Okay, it says live right now. My goodness gracious alive. Technology, you have to love it, right? Something else. Come on, baby. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Trying to see if it's going to work. Oh, my goodness gracious alive. Let's try it again. Live right now. Joe Wentz right there. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this together here so I can see the comments, man. Do 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 do. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Let me see. This computer is being slow, slow, slow. Yeah, you got me on that one. Oh well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. All right. Try it this way. Every time I try something, it just doesn't want to work that great. Okay. Just do it this way, right? We got Richard Smith. Hi, Joe. What's in the package? Mr. JJ Collins is in the house. Thank y'all very much for joining. I don't know if it's just because it says I'm live right there, but it's not coming up on the. Your guess is good as mine. All right. So if I do this right here. Oh, no. Doesn't let me do that either. Let's see. Nope. I'm going to get this figured out one way or another. One way or another, man. I'm going to get it because I have to be able to see the comments, right? You would think. Where's Johnny Bean when you need him? And oh well. Anyway, okay. What's in the package? I'm sorry. I thought I could do it. All right, let's open this up. This is something I ordered offline a couple of weeks ago, and I hope they sent the right size. And what in the world is this? They sent me a note. It looks like something out of a fortune cookie. Can you read that? It says, "Hi, we shipped a 3XL instead of a 2XL because the factory changed the, I'm looking at this backwards, the size, but it's still the same as a 2XL is what they're saying. Ain't that's crazy, man. That's crazy. And they sent it on in that. That's amazing. But anyway, it's a shirt, as you figured out by now. And wow, I'm glad they did do it. Is that a 3XL? It's, y'all remember Vinnie Vincent? Y'all remember remember Vinnie Vincent? And I don't know if y'all remember that. He was actually a guitar player for Kiss for one or two albums. It says 3XL, but my God, it don't seem like a 3X, does it? Not really. It don't seem like a 3XL. And JJ Collins says, "Ooh, nice. Yeah, it's just it's old school, man. Vinnie Vincent. They had two albums, and as you see, the guy from the second from the left, well, the first guy on the far left is Vinnie Vincent, of course, and the guy on the second from the left is the singer, the original singer on the first album, and I can't remember his name right off the bat, but that's the vocals you hear on that very first album, Invasion, or Invasion, yeah. And so I sit there and I had that album when I was in high school, and I always liked it. Center, there's Center. Center, where you been, man? Center says those are some pretty guys. Yeah, that's Richard Smith says cool. Yeah, that's kind of scary, ain't it, man? Especially back then. I remember when I first saw Poison's first album. I was like, what? I thought that was kind of weird. But yeah, but the first singer, uh, uh, he was on that first album, and they wanted to sign. This is after Vinnie Vincent left Kiss, and they wanted him to be in the group. And according to him, they had a contract, a big contract, like a. He said it was the size of a phone book. That's what he said, and so he wouldn't sign it. He didn't want to sign it, and I just figured out how to get the chat going here. You have to you have to view your YouTube page as a new visitor. So okay, here we go. We got it now. So I am so sorry for the interruption, but I wanted to get this right because there's some things I'm wanting to do. There we go. Center says, wasn't there singer Mark Slaughter? Yes, eventually it was, Center. It was Robert Fleischman, Center. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. There's some things I'm wanting to do here, and I can't do it unless people comment, and I can't do it from my phone. It won't let me do that. I can only do it on here. Yeah, Robert Fleischman, I love his vocals, and on that first album, it was fantastic. I just loved it. I thought it was awesome, and so he does the vocals and everything. Was it Chrysalis Records comes in with him? Excuse me, with a big old contract. He says the size of a phone book. He said, I'm not signing that until I take it to my lawyer. And but the guy that was representing Chrysalis, went to Robert Fleischman with the phone book contract. Like I said, Fleischman says, I'm not signing it till I let my lawyer look at it. The representative from Chrysalis tells the big dogs at Chrysalis, oh, he signed. It's all good, which he lied. So when it got back to the big dogs at that representative had lied. They fired him, and and that was it. So Fleischman didn't want to sign it, so that's when they brought in Mark Slaughter. They got him in there. And the thing that's messed up is that when by this time the album was done, they was getting ready to do some videos for MTV and all that stuff. Boys Are Gonna Rock was the one big video I remember seeing on MTV back then. So when you look at that video, even if you pull it up on YouTube now, it's got Mark Slaughter on there, but he's lip syncing. He's lip syncing to the track. That's Fleischman's voice, but Mark Slaughter is lip syncing to it, and so Fleischman, this gets back to Fleischman, and he gets, of course, upset about it. And they end up settling out of court, stuff like that. So then they get, Mark Slaughter is getting revved up for the next Vinnie Vincent album. And they do that, but it didn't do as well as the first one because I guess Chrysalis didn't get behind it as well, I'm thinking. I think that's what I heard. Yeah. So it's, I've heard some interviews with Mark Slaughter on Eddie Trunk and stuff like that, and said it just, said that Vinnie Vincent was a very, very talented guitar player, which he is. He's really talented and excellent songwriter. Took part in a lot of popular songs that he co-wrote that I didn't even know in the 80s. I was like, man, I didn't know he co-wrote that. Of course, Vinnie Vincent isn't his real name. But it's Vincent something else. I can't remember the very last. I can't remember what it was. I can't recall. But Center says I like the song. I think it was called That Time of Year. I'm not familiar with that one, my friend. If it's off that second album, I didn't even listen to the second album. I didn't even pay it no attention, to tell you the truth. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know there was a second album till sometime later because they didn't promote it, Excuse me, 1 second. So, but yeah, I remember the first one is the only one. I thought he just had the one album, but apparently there was two. So Mark Slaughter comes on board for the second album. They do that. They go on tour. And from what I understand, from what I heard from some of the interviews, Vinnie Vincent is just really, I think don't quote me on this, but it seemed like he was real controlling, and kind of going overboard with the shredding kind of stuff or whatever, I guess. I don't know. Some of it is cool. I can handle a little bit of it, but a whole bunch of that stuff, I just, to me, it sounds like just a bunch of noise, it just, that time of year, it was on the Invasion release. I don't know. I am not familiar with that one, Mr. Senator. I just rebought that album like 3 weeks ago off Amazon. Now, I didn't see a song on there called That Time of Year. JJ Collins says, yeah, That Time of Year, second album, All Systems Go. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Yeah. Senator says, okay, don't correct me again or I'll come down there and show you who's boss with this wrench. My God. Take it easy, Senator. He's testy, man. That's the only song I really recall, Senator says. From Vinnie Vincent. Oh, okay. Yeah, All Systems Go. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know there was even a second album. But yeah, so they go on tour and Vinnie Vincent starts getting kind of weird and stuff, And at the end of that tour, when it was about to wrap up, from what I heard Mark Slaughter say on the Eddie Trunk interview, Vinnie said they were wanting to get rid of Dana Strum. Dana Strum was the bass player, and Vinnie Vincent was wanting to get rid of him and get somebody else. And he asked Mark Slaughter, goes, look, I'm getting rid of Dana Strum. Where does your loyalty lie? You want to stick with me, or do you want to be out? So it's either, I think it was more or less kind of like it was going to be his way or the highway with Vinnie Vincent, from what I understand. So Mark Slaughter said, I'm going with Dana. So he split, and after that, that's when Vinnie Vincent pretty much just disappeared, and then over the course of time, he was going to some Kiss conventions and stuff like that in the late 90s. He came out with another, I think he came out with another album, but I really didn't hear nothing about it. The only way I heard about it was through stuff on the internet and all, and I know he got in trouble with the law a little bit, got some kind of legal stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but I always thought he was a fantastic guitar player. And I really did. I mean, I really loved that first album. I thought that was cool. All the songs are really great on that album, just in my opinion, so it's a shame that, whatever happened. It's a shame, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. There's a book I have called, an audio book I have called Power Chord, where I've talked about that book before, where the author goes and tries to track down some of his favorite guitar players from the heyday of guitar playing, which is in that 80s, and he tracks down quite a few and gets successful interviews with them. I was like, wow, how did he do that? But one that he was going to try to get was Vinnie Vincent. Excuse me. And he said every time he was trying to track him down, it was coming up to a dead end. I was like, how does somebody just go off the face of the earth into total obscurity? You would think there'd be something you could find. I don't know. I guess if you really had the means, like a private investigator or something, you could really find somebody. But I don't know. Kind of weird. But yeah, he said of all the stuff he did find out that it just wasn't worth going trying to. He finally found his house. To tell you the truth, the guy found where he lived. I think he lives like in Nashville or close to Nashville. I don't know if he still does now, but he was like in just a regular little neighborhood, something like that. But I don't know. But I hate the way things happen for him. But I don't know. I don't know if I don't know his story either. So there's two sides to every story. So I don't know. I mean, I've also heard that when he was in Kiss, they treated him kind of rough. They tried to get him to sign a contract to be a member of Kiss, from what I understand. I could have this wrong, but I believe this is what I heard. They wanted him to sign a contract to be a member of Kiss, and he turned it down. I was like, wow, man, why would you turn that down? Because Vinnie Vincent is the one who stepped into Ace Frehley's spot when Ace Frehley left. This guy, right? So Vinnie took his place. What was that on the Creatures of the Night album or whatever? Even though Ace's image is on that album, I don't think Ace played any guitar on that album. I think it was all Vinnie and a couple other people, I believe. And so from what I understand, Kiss asked Vinnie to sign a contract to be a member, and he said no for whatever reason. I don't know why he wouldn't sign a contract to be a member at Kiss, man. You'd have been on Easy Street for the rest of your life, but he didn't. So when they started going on tour and stuff, because he was like some kind of I think Vinnie's makeup was like, he was like some kind of Egyptian god or something, or wizard, something like that. But from what I heard, they had Vinnie staying in like some really bad hotels, and just kind of treated him like an outsider, I guess. You can look the stuff up, man. If you just do some Columbo like research, on YouTube and stuff like that, you can look this stuff. That's how I found it out. Whether it's true or not is anybody's guess, man. So I don't know. Uh, I don't feel special anymore. Look at all the administrators, my wife said. Oh my goodness gracious. No, don't be like that. That's just I just like to have a few in here that I know I can trust in case my wife's not here. And these other people are watching, they can take care of trolls for me, And because you never know. You never know. But yeah, if that's the truth, what they did with Vinny is anybody's guess, man. I wasn't there. I'm just going by what I heard on the information on some of the interviews and stuff on YouTube. But yeah, man. So there we go. That's what was in the package. The Vinnie Vincent Invasion album cover, the shirt. I thought that was pretty cool. And I've always, they say that these shirts, well, probably not now, but they were really hard to find, the Vinnie Vincent shirts. And there's been stories where he was really bad about, oh, you want a shirt? It's going to cost you, and he would charge. I looked up another this boy's podcast. What is his name? I can't remember that boy's name, but he was talking about how he found out that the shirts were like $75 or something like that, something to that nature, and an autograph picture was like $150. And now this is from Vinnie Vincent. I was like, wow, man, is that true? But that's what that boy said on his podcast. I was like, wow. Cassius Morris, that's that boy's name. The Cassius Morris show, I think that's his name. He's like, I don't know, 18, 17 years old. He's a young kid, and he likes doing a podcast, and he's really good, man. I was like, wow, that is fantastic. That is awesome. Micah's himself, sweet shirt, Joe. I got my Wasp shirt on today. Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Oh, Adam. I just saw Adam in here. What's going on, Adam? What's happening, man? I guess Adam is doing Chipotle today. um, y'all crazy, man, crazy. But yeah, man. But he was charging people like a lot of money for pictures, and you couldn't find these shirts. Well, now with technology and stuff, I mean, if you have the right, just simple things of equipment in your house, you can make your own shirts. You know, so I found this shirt. I just went online and put Vinnie Vincent concert shirt. And this shirt came from Bulgaria. So I didn't know that until it got here. I looked on the return address, and it says Bulgaria. I was like, what? So it's got all these stickers all over it, where it's coming through customs and everything else. It was crazy, but we got it. It's cool, man. I just wanted that shirt because it reminded me of when I was a kid back then, in high school. Let's see. Center says he loves Wasp. Brown bagging it today, Adam says. I had a fancy frozen pot pie, Center says. Mike's himself, he learned that from Gene. Yeah, man. Yeah. The merchandising. Is that what you're talking about, Mike? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, man. That's funny. Yeah. But so it's just kind of sad, man. I was just like, wow, I don't know, man. So I don't know what he's going to do. Apparently he doesn't want to get back into music or nothing like that. Kind of like this is kind of different, but kind of the same kind of, Vito Bratta, the guitarist of White Line. I always thought, yeah, a lot of people say he was an Eddie clone, and some say it was good, some say it was bad. And I thought Vito Bratta was awesome. Just for my opinion, I thought he was fantastic. Yeah, he sounded like Eddie, but I was like, man, he's got it. He's nailed it. I was like, I thought it was cool. It was help keeping the spirit of Eddie alive. And in my opinion, just my 2 cents. But I love to hear him play, man. I was like, man, he is awesome. Um, not long after White Line kind of broke up or whatever, he kind of just disappeared. Um, I actually heard part of an interview with him with Eddie Trunk. I think it was last year, that the main reason why he disappeared was his father was in bad health, and he went to take care of his father. And I think his father, if I'm not mistaken, I think he passed away. And so, but he never got back into the music thing. He never got back into playing, or I don't know. People were calling into to Eddie Trunk show saying, Vito was on there, and man, you need to. I'm a huge fan, all this stuff. And he was real cool, man. He was a real nice guy, but he has his reasons. I was just like, man, how can you not play? Once you've been playing for so long and you practice, and don't you still have the passion for it? I couldn't just stop playing, man. I mean, I wouldn't think. I just couldn't do that. Let's see. Joe, you're allowed to wear the Johnny Bean t-shirt. Thought you had issues with the guy that made the Johnny. Nah, the issue with that dude was, I used that image for my thumbnail on that video, and he got upset about that. So, as far as the t-shirt thing, I don't see why he would be upset about that, because that's what Johnny was wanting to do anyway. But whether Johnny continues or wants to make shirts is up to Johnny. I asked Johnny for the logo to make a couple of shirts so I could show him what it would look like. That's why I did it. And I've went through this before. And I don't guess you saw that, but it was on one of the nightly podcasts when I was on my 30-minute break. But yeah, and that guy sent me a thing, said he wouldn't, I said, hey man, my bad. I didn't know the guy made the design. I really didn't, And so I changed the thumbnail to another picture, and then he sent me a thing saying, hey, thanks, I appreciate it. I'll send you an email about what, I don't know, but I never heard from him. So, I don't know, man. Who knows? Who cares? It's not like I was trying to make money. I'm not that type of. I know there's a bunch of those people out there, but I'm not that. I'm not one of those people. Um, uh, Mike, I don't know who that is, man. I'm not sure who that is. Uh, Micah himself says Vito has some sort of hand injury too. Yeah. He, I've heard that too. He had something going on with his hands. I'm not sure exactly what, but yeah. Adam, you crazy, man. Ken Bear says, um, yeah, me either. I play every day. Yeah, I absolutely try to play every day. I mean, or at least um, every other day. I haven't played the day. I wasn't planning on playing the day, but uh, I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of injury Vito has succumbed to. I don't know. I mean, it could be some kind of tendonitis or whatever you want to call it, some kind of arthritic issues. I don't know, but man, that'd be scary, man. I just couldn't imagine not being able to play. That was just that'd be awful, man. That would be awful. But so anyway, so there we go. I wanted to show what was in the package, and once again, that's what it was. It was the Vinnie Vincent T-shirt from the Vinnie Vincent, the first album, Invasion, right there. That's fun. And it's funny because the singer, second from the left, Robert Fleischman, they said that too. He was, they weren't crazy about this photo shoot because he didn't have the long, cool hair that was popular in the day. I never could grow hair like that either. I just didn't have that kind of hair to do that. My hair has always been, natural curly, and I always have to keep it short. There's been times when I was younger, I let it grow out, and it looked pretty bad. You know, looked pretty bad. So it has to be cut short for it to have some kind of manageability to it. So all right, that's going to do it for me, guys. Unless anybody has any questions or anything, I'm going to wrap this up and get ready to go. I gotta get me something to eat, and my wife made some barbecue last night. I didn't eat when I came in early this morning. I went straight. I went to bed. I was tired. I was give out. So it was time to hit the sack. Uh, Adam says I had long hair. It was crazy. Oh, did you, Adam? Really? You had long hair? Wow, I can't imagine that. Uh, oh man, see him, Ted Nugent and Alice Cooper. Wow, cool, man. All right, guys. Y'all have a great one, man. I'm going to jump off here and thank y'all for jumping in and chatting with me for a few minutes. I really appreciate it. Maybe I'll go live a little later on today or tonight. I don't know. I shot a video of where I went, where I go every night. Kind of did that last night, edited everything together and put it up there just to give people another view of what I do when I get down there for my job. I thought that turned out pretty good. Sometimes going live just kind of gets redundant. Uh, Sometimes, and then you got to worry about a signal, if the signal's going to drop and all this other stuff. And that is so aggravating. It's like, come on, man. So I just went ahead and just shot some pre-recorded stuff and I put it together, and it was pretty fun, man. It was pretty cool. Um, Adam says, "Oh yeah, I can send you a picture on Facebook. Yeah, I did the long hair thing into my 30s. Wow, sinner, sinner. I hear you. All right, guys, I'm out of here, man. I got to get something to eat. Y'all have a great day, man. Take care of yourself. God bless. And so you see what I did with all y'all right there in the comments. All y'all got the wrench because I trust all y'all, and y'all are. I consider y'all friends. So I was hoping Johnny would jump in here too. I was going to give him a wrench as well, but I sent him an invite, but he never responded. So I guess he's busy, and it's Tuesday, so he's probably tending to the chickens outside or something, or doing something with his animals. Who knows? Thank you, Adam. I will, man. I appreciate that. And y'all have a great day, man. And we'll see you later on. Till then, this is Joe for Joe TV. Catch you next time.